Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and today I've got a little project in my own home because my little buddy here last night, he left us a little gift on the carpet over here, and so and he knew he was bad too, but anyway, we're working on that issue. But so that's pee, and so that was a few hours ago that I discovered this. And what I did is I just sprayed it, or basically poured a few ounces of ClO2 at 2,000 parts per million right onto the area. It was smaller than that, maybe 2/3 the size, I guess. And just let it sit there and absorb and, well, basically saturate the whole spot. I'm kind of doing this in a bit of an experimental way, because when I'm dealing with urine stains in people's homes, often, they haven't done anything with it. I just come onto the scene and, oh, I didn't even know the dog had peed there, and it's been going on repeatedly, maybe for weeks or months, maybe even years. So I thought, oh, I'm just going to treat this like I usually find urine stains in people's homes. So I just poured the ClO2 in there, a few ounces, and let it sit for a few hours. I just pre-vacuumed all the area I'm about to clean, which will be the hallway here, the office to my left, the master bedroom over there, and a couple of area rugs behind me. And I'm just gonna, and I did treat it again. I just used my trigger sprayer with ClO2 again at 2,000 ppm, and I can still smell if I get my nose right down in there, I can still smell the urine a little bit. Now, the way that the ClO2 works is it's an oxidizer, so it will actually break down the organic matter like urine to its basic elements of carbons and water, basically. Usually when we apply it to a urine spot like this, the smell will disappear, usually within a few minutes, but not in every case. But it almost always is successful at removing the odor, and in almost every case it'll take out the yellow stain that often a urine accident will leave on the carpet. So, but I'm just going to treat it by, I've done the ClO2 on there twice now, and I'm going to run over it with a pad, and I'm just going to let it dry, and then I'm just going to see how it turns out in the end. And then I will, I'll report back on the comments of the video here what happens over the next few days or a couple of weeks or whatever. I'm curious just to see what is going to work. I'm not going to put any peroxide on it, at least not now. We'll see what happens. If it leaves a water, an outline of the stain, maybe it will. We'll see. But we'll just, I'll just address it this way for now. So, and that's Billy. He's very sorry for what he did. He's only 16 months old, and we just recently got him, so he has some things to learn. He won't go out in the backyard, even though we have a nice backyard there for him, and fenced and everything, and there's even a doggie door. But funny little guy doesn't want to go outside and do his business without somebody there to help him. He won't go by himself, so we've got to teach him to be a little bit more independent. But anyway, that'll come. Anyway, let's do these first. Now, what I'm cleaning right now is a wool. This round area rug is a wool rug, and it's 17 years old. And we've been using these ever since we got them as basically as little accent mats in the kitchen area of the house we had previously, and now this house. 17 years, and you can see they're in very good shape. They've only ever been cleaned by me, of course. And the rugs that they're sitting on, this one here, that one there, this one over here, they're also about the same age. I think they're actually a bit older, more like 20 years. And Again, these have been used as doormats and under the table, as you can see to the right here. And other than where the chair legs have been doing some distortion of the pile, they're in perfect condition. They look great. And they've only been cleaned, again, with the Oxy-Dry process. Never steam cleaned, and you can see the wool just comes up nice and bright. Stays clean, never a problem. So we'll do the doormats. One is right at the front door, and the other one is right in front of the bench. That's where it normally sits. This one's going to move all over the place because the tile is so slippery. So I'm going to have to get a bit creative here. These round mats, which are kind of cool, quite the interesting color, eh? We actually bought them at IKEA 17 years ago. We actually went to Vancouver, which is a few hours drive away from us, with our very first little doggie 17 years ago when she was just about a year old. First time we'd been to IKEA, we went in there and we actually were so mesmerized by all of the stuff, because it's a big store. We suddenly realized, oh my goodness, it's been 4 hours. Poor little girl. We go back out to the car, and yes, she did have to go pee, because we had to leave her in the car, of course. She's just a little tiny thing, less than 10 pounds, a little Yorkie poodle. But she was our first little doggie, and she passed away over 2 years ago now, almost 3 years ago, I guess. And we miss her a lot. But anyway, enjoy them while you got them. Okay, so now I think my wife went outside. She didn't want to be in the video. So now we'll go over the urine spot. And as you can see, the only place it's wet is right here in the middle, and from here on out it'll remain dry. Voila. Isn't that incredible? Now, one of the things I've noticed that happens when dealing with urine and after applying the ClO2 is once you have let it sit for a bit and you go over it with a fiber pad or even a cotton pad or whatever, what I'm seeing happen is that the stain, which is maybe still remaining, as soon as the agitation happens on it, it just disappears. Because I think what's happening is that the ClO2 is doing what it does, which is to break down the organic, well, the urine, which is organic, and it just comes out very easily. That's been my experience and observation. It'll be interesting to see whether or not there's a mark left, maybe tomorrow or whatever, but as you can see, there's absolutely nothing there now. That's usually what occurs when I'm dealing with like a stain that's in someone's house, because I don't usually get it as wet as I got that particular stain with the ClO2 when I'm dealing with it in someone's house when it's been sitting there dry for a while. I'll get it wet, but I won't saturate it. I won't soak it right down to the backing normally. Now, like for a stain like that one anyway. But then when I go over it with the machine, with a pad, usually the stain totally vanishes, and the odor is usually 100% gone as well. As long as you get enough in there just to get to the backing, but don't over wet it. It takes a bit of practice, but so far it's been very, very successful. I very, very rarely even get called back to deal with a urine stain. And there were some really bad stains here from years ago when our little Yorkie poodle, she had actually diabetes, and she used to lay here quite a lot. And there were some very nasty stains here that she had left over the years, but they repeatedly over the years, and they're not there. You can see there's nothing there, and nor is there any odor in here. And over the years we had, well, actually 4 dogs. 3 we always had 3, and then we had 2 because the Yorkie died first, and then we rescued 1, and she had all kinds of health issues and a really bad bladder infection when we got her, and she was peeing all over the place. But again, there were upchucks and diarrhea and pee all over in this area. Has happened here. Again, there's absolutely no staining here. There is no odor, and I've the ClO2 is just fantastic at dealing with these things. I actually used another product before the ClO2, which also worked well, called P-Radicator, but I found the ClO2 works even better. And actually there was another product that I had used, and I'm trying to remember what it was now, but the ClO2 has proven to be the best overall one that I've ever used. So anyway, this is a 10-year-old carpet. And as you see, there is absolutely no indication of any soil buildup. It's only ever been cleaned by the Oxy-Dry process. It's never been steam cleaned. It's had the dogs on it. Had lots of accidents. There are no stains. There's no odors. It looks, well, like a new carpet almost. I mean, you can see wear happening right in the middle here. 10 years of walking on it. This is an olefin. It's a Berber, and this is a carpet that proves that this Oxy-Dry VLM system used repeatedly on a carpet is an excellent way to maintain the carpet. It never has to be flushed out. That's just not the case at all. If you're cleaning it well with a sauce system like this, and you're doing proper regular vacuuming, you never have to go to the extreme of using hot water extraction to supposedly make to flush out things that are building up in the carpet. There's no building up happening at all. That's an absolute myth, which is perpetuated by steam cleaners. Sorry guys, it just isn't true. Okay, now I'm gonna flip the pad, and no, actually I'm gonna do that in a sec. See, there's where the pee was, totally gone. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna flip the pad, and we'll take a look. Again, the only place where it's wet is right in the middle here. It's dry all the way over here. Carpet did need to be cleaned. I haven't cleaned it for months and months now. I was cleaning it every 3 or 4 months when we had all the dogs, and then the last 2 years we had none, so I think I've only cleaned the carpet twice in the last 2 years. So I just flipped. I'm just going to run over this spot a little bit extra because I know it's wetter. I know that the customer is going to be thrilled with that. Oh, the customer is my wife. She'll be very happy. But that's how I normally deal with these urine stains on my own carpet, and it works fantastic. Never a problem. The stain is gone. The odor will be gone. I mean, it's almost gone already. I'm going to check it in a sec, actually. Stick my nose in there. So let's see. I can just barely smell any odor there. So usually what occurs is the ClO2 is breaking down the urine to its basic elements, including the odor molecules, which it bonds to and then breaks them apart, and they revert back to their basic elements, is what happens. So the smell usually will dissipate. It can often dissipate very quickly, but sometimes it takes a few hours, and as long as this ClO2 is wet, as long as this is wet, it is still working. And so I'll let you know in the comments. I'll check it again later today and then tomorrow, and I'll see whether or not it actually does leave a, maybe there will be a mark that'll be left, but we'll find out. I'll let you know. I'll put it in the comments. Everybody's going to want to know how well did this work. But anyway, I'm done. So now I'm going to go on. I got to go and do a little errand. Put gas in my van. I usually like to put gas in the van on the weekend, so I don't have to stop during the week and get gas when I'm out running around cleaning carpets. But anyway, so I'll let you go. Thank you for watching and have a good day.